Well, welcome back to the channel, and today we're back to shooting a little bit more rifle, kind of going off of, was it 2 videos ago? Before I really get started, I want to say excuse the flies. Flies in Idaho are like big white chicks attracted to men with rap sheets. They're going to be around. So what I wanted to go over today is not, I want to say it's not necessarily a new concept, but I wanted to put it out on people's minds. And that's rifle shooting. One thing you see a lot of, especially in the internet world, is super up close, what looks best for Instagram, what looks best on a YouTube video. Some YouTube videos that it just looks cool, or it's easy, or I'm gonna dress up in full kit and just blast this target like I can show you something about the gun. Clear. You might be able to show fast splits. Now, is up close shooting wrong? No, not necessarily. But what I wanted to go over was just a simple concept. And you know, a couple videos back when shooting with my buddy Kevin on the channel, we ran the X-ray alpha drill and we both failed it, right? And we both kind of considered ourselves decent rifle shooters. And so that got me thinking, what's a way to really train rifle? It's not super sexy and it doesn't really look that good. Me. I feel like that sun is just in my eyes right now. Want to give a big shout out to the sponsors, Handle of Grips. Use code COX, 25% off, or honestly, they might have better deals going on. Use those too, but go check them out. And HSL Ammunition, use code COX. It's raining fine. I like it. Wait, am I chambered? Not even chambered. But it's just the concept of pushing the targets back, like creating distance, if you will, because you can shoot up close, and we got some footage of it. Is if you look up close, let's say I'm just sending 2 to A zone, 7 yards, bam, 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 cool, sick, got A zone, pretty wide margin of error. But as soon as I start pushing the targets back, that's when those flaws start to show themselves, right? Like, that's when I realized, wow, my dot is really moving a lot. I feel like I'm not getting up on the rifle. So as I'm going out to distance, as I'm pushing the targets out, it's not as clean. So as I start to go out, you can kind of see it opening up, right? I think there was a just simple drill where I'm at like 10-15 and it's cool. A zone hits. Then I go back to 20-25. Okay, I got 3A at Charlie. Then I push it back to 40, and that's where it's really showing me how inefficient I am and what I can get better at. Do I want to come to the range and just get all alphas all the time? Ideally, if I was that good, but we live in the real world, and I want to push myself to failure. I have a ton to learn with rifle. As you can see, I kind of slimmed it down, got rid of the stuff I don't need right now that I don't really use. I don't even know the next time I'm going to use it. Probably if I do a video on the subject of me learning, I'm learning, you're learning, then I'll add stuff back onto my rifle. But as you can see, going out to distance, that's when it's way more exaggerated. Now, the hard part is diagnosing it, right? If you don't have a ton of rounds, or if you don't have access to a ton of ammo, or whatever it is, it's trial and error or picking up that information. Now, I'm not good enough. I don't teach, I don't instruct, I don't do any of that. But the basic concept of pushing it out hopefully encourages everyone out there who may watch the video to do the same and really expose those flaws and kind of get away from, I guess, internet shooting. Because as cool as it looks, it's honestly, it makes me want to drive my truck into a brick wall going 90 miles an hour, just kind of over it, seeing it time and time again. But there are some great resources, right? If you can't sign up for a class, dudes like Stoger, X-Ray Alpha, I mention them a lot, but that's because it's a great resource. They put up free classes online. You search for them, you'll be able to find them. And maybe that'll help. Maybe you're witnessing a problem in your shooting, kind of like what I'm seeing. And you can go reference it. Oh, I'm gonna give that a shot. And maybe minimize the amount of rounds you have to spend at the range or shoot at the range in order to find out what the problem was or how to correct a problem that you might be having. It's really nothing crazy. just work on pushing those targets out. And some dudes are limited, I get that. Texas, you can only go to an indoor range or maybe certain spots. When I was in Washington, there's a lot of the time there wasn't a ton of places on any given day to just shoot 50 yards, whatever it may be. And especially this is a rifle, I want to do rifle things with the rifle. If you can find a range that isn't super FUD and just trash that allows you to shoot more than 1 round a second, one thing that you can do if you're limited on room is you can get a target, and albeit close up still, one thing that I do or have done when I'm limited on room is I'll just draw tiny circles, right? And if you're gonna shoot, you might as well make it a little bit challenging. Because if you're just going out and you're just whacking an A zone, right? Whether it be doubles or anything like that, then you're not gonna get a lot. You might be the guy who shows up to the range and then you're presented with room to actually run rifle stuff with a rifle, which is absolutely crazy once you step outside of the Instagram world. Then you just kind of suck. But you don't know why you suck. You don't have any time on it, whatever it is. And even one thing I did, occasionally back in Washington, right? You got the 5 shots at 50 yards and under 5 seconds, whatever it may be. And then you could also use steel. I like to use paper because paper doesn't lie, unlike some YouTube videos. So what are my goals with this video in my shooting? Well, there's different types of shooting, and right, you guys can do whatever you want. You don't have to listen to me. In fact, take everything I say with a giant grain of salt, because I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, point it out in the comments. If you agree, point it out in the comments, right? Have a discussion, because it's not just you watching this video. It's other dudes might be going through the comments and picking up tips, whatever it is. And there's different types of shooting, you know? You can go out with your kid and just plink, or with a buddy and just plink at long range. If you want to get better, there are certain things you're gonna have to do. Just shooting up close all the time, what you see in intros, what you see on the internet, it's not going to get you to where you want to be. And I think if you're watching this video, hopefully you're watching the video, and if you're not, then you won't even miss that I said that. But if you're here watching this video, you might have some interest in getting better at shooting, like I do. You know, we have some cool stuff planned, and I want to learn this rifle. Not only am I super passionate about pistol when I'm not hurt, I want to get better at rifle, because I know that I'm slacking. Even just shooting at distance right there and pushing the targets back and not just shooting up close, and it's like, wow, cool Mozambique, but then I push out to what, 45, 50 yards, and it's not perfect all the time. Will I ever be perfect? No, but there are things I can do in my training, in my shooting, that can get me at least closer. Still a long ways off, but it can get me closer. There's a ton of stuff on YouTube. You know, it may not be as popular as a lot of just review videos you see, but it's out there if you spend the time to look for it. All said and done, looking cool doesn't cut it. Get out there, try and have a purpose. Maybe look up videos. If you have classes from someone who puts on classes, maybe take a class and just get experience. Shoot your rifles. Ammo's, it's gone down quite a bit. Shout out HSL Ammunition. But ammo's gone down quite a bit, and use this time in between panic buying to get good with what you have, to get decent with what you have. Otherwise, this is just a paperweight.